Can I just say that I used to work at another school, and I used to love coming telling my story every week to our foundation children, but I thought I'd talk about me for just a little bit. So, I have come to Richard Bonington School for just a few weeks to be the person in charge, to be the boss of it, just until you get a new boss coming into school. And I thought, I got a phone call a few weeks ago before I started. They said, Mr Cunliffe, would you like to go to a great school with great children, with great adults? And I thought, ooh, what do you think I thought? I thought, yes, I would. Good girl. I said, yes. I said, well, you did, didn't you? What's your name? Well, I thought, thank you, I've got it. So I thought, Esme, what I'll do is, I will come and have a look at the school. I came and looked and I thought, yes, they are right. It is a lovely school with lovely children and lovely grown-ups. So I thought, so after Christmas I started, didn't I, here with you people. And so I thought, what I'll do today is I'll just tell you a little bit more about me. So I live quite a lot, but I have to get up very early in the morning to get to the school. Because I live about 45 minutes away, 50 minutes away. And I travelled around these country lanes to get here. I leave in the dark, and I come to here, and what makes me happy is seeing all your smiley faces and your good listening. And I thought a little bit about me. I've got 2 grown-up children who are called Rose and Harry, but they are old. In fact, Rose, my daughter, she has her own little boy, so I'm a grandpa. I know my mummy. Oh, do I? Well, I know lots of people, because when you've been a teacher for millions of years, you know everybody, you know. So just hang on a minute, Esme, darling. And so my daughter has a little boy called Ralph. And Ralph is now 2 and a bit, and I thought, and so when I came here, I thought, I'll bring a photograph of Ralph, so in the morning, I can say, good morning, Ralph, when I walk in my office, and then I can say, bye-bye, Ralph, when I go at the end of the day, because at the moment, like lots of grandpas, I can't see Ralph at the moment much because, of course, you can't go and visit people in the same way, can you? And I used to look after Ralph a little bit, but I can't do that at the moment. So I sometimes see him on a Sunday and I talk through their window just to make sure that they're okay. But that's Ralph. So I thought I'd read to you my favourite story of all time. Now, I read this about 5, 6, 7 years ago, before you were born, which to you will be a long time ago. But actually, hang on, darling. Well, before you were born, it's called Giraffes Can't Dance, because what it's saying really is, don't believe you can't do anything. You can do anything you put your mind to. I know, I bet you've read this book before, haven't you? I can tell by your hands. Well, tell you what. Should I read it to you? Yeah. I think that's a good idea. So, giraffes can't dance. And I love giraffes. They're one of my favourite creatures. You know giraffes, if you go to Twycross Zoo, there was a giraffe when I last went there. I'm hoping it's still there. And is it still there, the giraffe? No. Is it? It's lovely, isn't it? I love Twycross Zoo. But the giraffes have very, 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 very long tongues, you know. Quite amazing, really, Esme, quite amazing. So, who sat up best? Who's got good listening? Hands down then, and fold your arm, then I know you're listening. Giraffes can't dance. And it's done like a poem, this rhyme. And the giraffe is called Gerald. Now, I think that's a very posh name, Gerald. Gerald the giraffe, okay. Gerald was a tall giraffe whose neck was long and slim, but his knees were awfully bandy and his legs were rather thin. He was very good at standing still and munching shoots off trees, but when he tried to run around, he buckled at the knees. Of course, giraffes have very, very thin legs, don't they? And they're very, very tall. Lots of berries, I think, with giraffes. Now, every year in Africa, they hold the jungle dance, where every single animal turns up to skip and prance. And that says jungle dance. You've got all the different creatures here, haven't you? And this year, when the day arrived, poor Gerald felt so bad, because when it came to dancing, he was really, really bad. Oh dear. The warthogs started waltzing, and the rhinos rock and rolled. The lions danced a tango, which was elegant and bold. It's a bit like Strictly Come Dancing. if you've seen it on television, this isn't it?
Oh, I love it.
I do. It makes the winter really good. The chimps all did a cha-cha with a very Latin feel, and 8 baboons then teamed up for a splendid Scottish reel. Gerald swallowed bravely as he walked towards the floor, but the lions saw him coming and they soon began to roar. They're not very nice, these lions. Listen to this. Hey, look at clumsy Gerald. And the animals all laughed. Giraffes can't dance, you silly fool. Oh, Gerald, don't be daft. Well, that's very hurtful, isn't it, I think? Yeah. That's really mean. Gerald simply froze up. He was rooted to the spot. They're right. He thought I'm useless. Oh, I feel like such a clot. So he crept off from the dance floor and he started walking home. He'd never felt so sad before. So sad and all alone. Poor Gerald, don't you think? Don't they rude to him? Well, it all comes right because then he didn't give up. Then he found a little clearing and he looked up at the sky. The moon can be so beautiful, he whispered with a sigh. Excuse me, coughed a cricket. There's a cricket there, like an insect, isn't it? Just there, a little cricket there. Who'd seen Gerald earlier on, but sometimes when you're different, you just need a different song. There's the cricket whispering in Gerald's ear. Listen to the swaying grass and listen to the trees. To me, the sweetest music is those branches in the breeze. So imagine that a lovely moon is playing just for you. Everything makes music if you really want it to. With that, the cricket smiled and picked up his violin. Wow, what a clever cricket. Then Gerald felt his body do the most amazing thing. His hooves had started shuffling, making circles on the ground, and his neck was slowly swaying, and his tail was swishing round. Wow, so he's moving his feet, he's moving his neck, and he's moving his tail, isn't he? Wow. He threw his arms out sideways, and he swung them everywhere. Wow, and then he did a backward somersault, and he leapt up in the air. Gerald felt so wonderful. His mouth was open wide. I am dancing, yes, I am dancing. I am dancing, Gerald cried. Then one by one, each animal who'd been there at the dance arrived while Gerald boogied on and watched him quite entranced. They shouted, "It's a miracle! We must be in a dream. Gerald's the best dancer that we've ever seen." How is it that you can dance like that? Please, Gerald, tell us how. But Gerald simply twizzled round and finished with a bow. Brilliant. And then he raised his head and looked up at the moon and stars above. We can all dance, he said, when we find music that we love, isn't it? Now that is a great story, and you know why it's a great story? Because it's saying, don't give up. If you really want to do something, you can do it. You've got to put the effort in. And Gerald dared to do it and really work hard at it, didn't he? So well done. So can I just say to all of you, thank you. That was great. I'll perhaps come down again and do another story. I'd like to do that. Then I can see you again, can't I? I'll tell you what.
Pokemon is her favourite.
Pokemon.
Yeah.
Oh, I've not seen any Pokemon story. Well, tell you what, I will come down another time now and come and read you a story. I'd like to do that. Okay, so thank you, everybody. So, what's my name again? It is Mr Cunliffe. Okay, it's a funny name, but you'll get there in the end. Thank you very much. Thank you. It is a pleasure. Work hard. Give yourselves a clap. Thank you.